Okay, Google, fan off.
You got it. Turning the fan off.
Hello. A couple months ago, Milwaukee said they were going to come out with a new chainsaw. And I have one of the first copies of it here for us to take a look at today. It's the M18 FUEL chainsaw. It has a new brushless motor and electronic system on it and a new 12 amp hour battery. Let's do an unboxing.
Down in the dirt. Been real bad.
Okay, first off, nice shippable cardboard carton. Looks like Milwaukee is going more for what's inside than what they can try to sell you hanging sitting on a shelf at your local Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever they're selling them nowadays. So they have a really nice box that it comes packaged in for shipping, which is what I complained about with some of the other products that I've been unboxing this year. Alright, looks like it's just a protective sleeve, so let's go ahead and pull it out. Nice big box. M18 FUEL, driven to outperform. This one has the power, a lot more power than what most of the other electric chainsaws out there have. I saw some of the demos that they did when they had their open house, and this was cutting faster than the gas chainsaw that they had. Later on this week, I'm going to take this out, and I've got some ash, and I've got some oak, and I've got some maple, and I got some walnut. We'll do a little comparison cutting with this compared to a cordless electric saw, homeowner version, and a craftsman saw. Alright, so next thing, how do we open this box? Looks like it's pretty simple. And I got the handle in. That's a good guess. Look at that. The picture and what's in the box lines up. Let me move my knife out of the way. Alright, so first off, (50:1) 2-cycle engine oil. I'll bet that's for the oiler. And there's more down in here. So let's tip it upside down, see what we got. Not bigger box than unboxing an iPhone, isn't it? Alright, no case. Does not come with a case. Does have a sleeve for the chainsaw. One of the features that I know right away is it does have an Oregon blade and bar on it. So standard Oregon stuff. A M12 to M18 rapid charge. None of that 4-hour wait time. And it feels like I pretty much got everything out of here except this box right here. Let's take a look at it. I'm interested in this new battery. Yeah, I'm sweating. It's about 92. I don't have an air conditioner in this room, and I turned the fan off so you can hear me. So we'll make this short and sweet. Alright, there's the new battery. The battery has a fuel gauge on it. Nice, simple on and off. Alright, let's take a break. I'm going to cool down. We're going to charge this up, and we'll talk about the saw a little more. Okay, the battery is charged up. There was 1 bar showing on it when I put it in the charger last night, and it took an hour and a half or so to completely charge it, so it does charge pretty fast. Before I continue on the saw, I just want to quickly go over batteries for you. I know there's a lot of misinformation out there right now about batteries. Battery technology is changing, and this new Milwaukee battery is the latest technology. It's a high current battery, much higher current than the batteries that you bought 5 years ago. When you look at a battery, there's 2 things that everybody advertises that doesn't matter. Number 1, voltage. Voltage does not tell you how strong the battery is going to be. In other words, this 18 volt battery has just as much available power as the 60 volt flex volt DeWalt. Sorry, I don't have one. Let me use this as the flex volt. Also, physical size doesn't matter. This is the biggest battery here, but it actually has the lowest capacity of all 5 of these. A lot of some of the manufacturers are saying that you have to keep your batteries cool. I don't think that that's as necessary as some people think, as some manufacturers are advertising. As long as the outfit has vents in it, as long as it's engineered correctly, you're going to be fine. Now, available power, in other words, the amount of capacity that the battery has, is simply volts times amp hour gives you watt hours. Watt hours is the measure that is the battery size, is the capacity of the battery, and that's the number you should be looking at when you're looking at different batteries. Now, they don't put it's on all batteries, but they don't make it very obvious, because they'd rather say, oh, this 60 volt is better than this 20 volt, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so the red lithium, this battery has a capacity of 216 watt hours, compared to Steel's best battery, the AP300, with 227 watt hours. So these batteries are pretty much equal, and based on the motor technology and so on and so forth, you'll find that these 2 batteries will give you about the same amount of power. The new Milwaukee battery will give you more power to cut with. In other words, the batteries can handle more current than some of the other models. This one here is 180. This one here is only 140 watt hours. This is the 2.5 amp hour 56 volt Ego. Their chainsaws normally come with a 5 amp hour battery, so that would make that a 280 amp watt hour. The DeWalt Flex Volt, the battery that comes with the saw, is only 168 watt hours. So the red lithium battery, if everything else is equal, will last longer than the DeWalt, the Ego, the Snow Joe, and last just as long as the steel. It's really all I wanted to say. You know, in summary, don't let voltage make up your mind as to which machine you're going to buy, because voltage really is not the deciding factor. It's the watt hours of the batteries. Okay. Okay, let's put these away and get back to the saw. As you saw in the beginning of the unboxing, the saw comes with the battery, the charger, the saw itself, a chain guard, and I have no clue why, but it also comes with a bottle of 50-to-1 oil. This is not the correct oil to put in the chain lube. You need some chain lube oil, and that's not supplied. I recommend going to any hardware store, any home improvement store, and just buy a quart of chain lube oil to get you started. Now, taking a look at the saw. Milwaukee saws, Milwaukee tools are just good basic tools. They're not a lot of fluff on them to make them look pretty. Flat finish. They feel good. This saw feels really good to me. The handle is a good size handle. It's about not quite an inch in diameter. It does have little grips on it here, so even with gloves you can hang on to it easy. The chain brake is right where it needs to be, and it works really well. Trigger over here, it does have a safety on the trigger. And I recommend that you always pull your battery out when you're not running the saw and you want to do any adjustments on it, check it out or anything like that. Vent wise, it does have some vents on the saw itself. Looks like the intake vent down here on the bottom does have a screen on it. And no, it doesn't. So it's going to pull a few chips in, but I don't expect it to be much of a bother. The area that the battery fits in is designed for the 12 amp hour battery. It does have a hole on the bottom so junk won't collect in the bottom of it. Overall, it's a pretty light saw. It's not as light as some of the homeowners like the Snow Joe, but it's got a little heft to it, but it's not overly heavy. Put the battery in it, I think it weighs 13 pounds total. Chain. This uses a 3/8 inch. 3/8 inch? Let me look. Yep, 3/8 inch low profile chain. And it's not a skip tooth, so it's a commercial grade chain. So in other words, each blade, there's a tooth on each area here. There's not a space in between. So it's going to cut. The chain is going to cut fast. This is an Oregon chain and an Oregon bar. So they didn't reinvent the wheel at all. It's looks like it's got a roller out here on the front. It's got some nice little teeth here. Nothing big and fancy, but they'll work good, and there's quite a few of them, so you should be able to grab on and saw away. One thing that they don't have with it is a SCRENCH. So you'll have to have your own combination wrench to adjust your chain when you need to adjust it. It is a simple adjustment. You loosen the two nuts here slightly, and then this screw, you just turn that to tighten and loosen the chain. And it comes set pretty good. Of course, chains, you know, they always stretch. If you use this, I'd use it for after the first 5 minutes. Check it again to make sure it's not too loose, and then you should be good to go. Oil. Your chain lube oil goes over here. It's got a nice reservoir on it to show you how much oil is in it, and you'll start out with it full. The first time you use it, run the chainsaw about 30 seconds. After you put the oil in, run the chainsaw about 30 seconds, and that starts getting the oil running through the system. It's an auto lube. There's no buttons you have to press. It's an auto lube system. So run it about 30 seconds. That gets oil starting to drip on the chain. You must have oil on these chains, otherwise you'll burn them up real fast cutting wood. Especially hardwoods, like we're going to do in the next video. As far as physically, this saw uses a new brushless motor. This brushless motor is designed for this type of use. This is not a drill motor that they pulled out of some drill and just repurposed it for this saw. They completely redesigned the motor and the electronics for this, so it's designed for this saw. It's going to give you the maximum power, and I hope the maximum run time. They're claiming that you can get about 150 cuts with on a 6x6 fir square post. So that's not a bad range. That gets you a couple 3-4 hours worth of cutting time if you're cutting firewood. So what else do I want to say? I don't think there's a whole lot that I want to talk about other than this. The charger, by the way, does not have a fan in it, so it's nice and quiet. It does come with the rapid charger. One last thing that we have to do here is we need to start it up. Drop it in, hear the click, make sure your cover is off, hold it away from you, make sure your safety brake is pulled back. I believe in the box it doesn't, it's not, it's down like this, so make sure it's pulled back. Push your safety button and give her a pull. This saw is designed to come up to speed in less than a second. And boy does it. Alright, next video. We'll cut some wood with it. I've got a couple other saws here. We'll give it a little comparison test and see how it does. Thanks for your time. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Goodbye.